Hi, I'm Debbie. Today I'm going to show you how to make a suspended pendant. Now, suspended pendant brings up all sorts of ideas, but yes, it's suspended with a wire choker here, but where I really mean suspended is these pieces in the middle here look like they are suspended in thin air or thin glass, and they are just simply surrounded by the colour. There's lots of different combinations that you can create using this method, and the one that I'm going to do today, I'm not going to build a green and blue one, I'm going to build an orange and amber one today. And we're going to, with our orange glass here, we're going to use that for our outside like we have with the green. And I have got some amber here which is transparent. As you can see, I've got two little pieces of blue in this one that are transparent, and then we've got some dichroic glass here which is textured dichroic on black, and it's dark red cyan, one of my favourites. It's a gorgeous colour and it goes really nicely with that orange. And we also have some pieces of clear glass that we are going to use for our base and for our capping as well. So we're going to sandwich these other pieces in between the clear, and that's how we get our suspended look. Alright, so there's a little bit of cutting involved in here, so we'll pop that one aside, and we have to decide. I've already pre-cut some of my glass this morning, and we take our kiln base, pop on my glasses because I'm going to be doing a little bit of cutting. Now I could use this piece here as my base. It's certainly plenty big enough. In fact, that will fit on one piece of fusing paper. Just move that under there. So we're going to use that as the base, and then I'm going to cut this orange and we're going to line the outside. Then we're going to build our pieces in the middle on the clear. So we'll take our ruler, and using our first orange piece, I guess we want our outsides a similar sort of size to that. And we've got to try and make them as straight as we can. Now I've got my shiny side there which I don't really want to cut on because that can make cutting a little bit more difficult. So that's one piece that I can get out of there. Just cut that. So that's going to go around the edge. So we've got one, so we need another one that same sort of size, and then we'll trim it, and then I'm going to do two smaller ones to go in the middle there. Okay, turn that over so we have our non-shiny side to work with, and just making sure that we're going to get the same sort of width as that first one. You can just put that beside it and use that as a sight line. That one went a little bit wobbly in the middle, but I think that will be fine. Well, that would have been fine, but I haven't cut the end of it. Now I'm not sure if we can use that piece. No, not for the end, but we'll be able to use that for the other sides there. So we'll just chop that extra piece off there. Okay, turn it around to our straighter side. Score line goes right through now. We haven't got any more glass here to waste. Okay, so now we've got a straight one there. So we've got a straight one for that side, we've got one for that side, so we just need to trim those now and then make the pieces to fill in on the either side, which we can use that piece and that piece for. Okay, so I'll just bring my glass back down here so that we can just measure up where we want to cut those end pieces. So if we put them on either side of the clear, we can then get ourselves a really good sight line of where we want to put our score lines. That's one, and that's the other. Okay, just nibble that off and clip that one off. Alright, so those are going to be perfect. Now we've got to make the two end pieces. So they've got to fit right in the middle there. Okay, if I turn that round, put those back out to where they should be, pop that there. I would like to cut that one right there. So you guys move out of the way. Alrighty. That one. Okay, so we've got our ends, our sides and our end, and now I just need to create one more of those. So if we take that one now and we use this piece here, which is slightly fatter, but that's okay, it will all come out in the wash. So using that for a sight line to cut this piece, to score this piece straight through there and clip. There we go. Right, we don't need any more of those orange pieces, and that can go in one end and that can go in the other. So we've now created a little vessel, I suppose you could call it. We've created a little dam here, and this can also be used for putting fruit, bubbling fruit, anything like that in the middle as well. So pop that back on the end. It doesn't matter too much if they go over the edges, but so long as they're butting up to each other, that's what matters. And of course it becomes a very fiddly little thing. Every time you touch one piece, another bit of it moves. Right, so we now want to cut, I want two little pieces of this, which are going to be the same size as our orange pieces, so that they look like they're suspended out there. And we're also going to cut a piece of this to go in the middle, which will be about the same size. And our final piece of clear here, we're going to pop over the top as a capping. Okay, so the first thing to do with our amber is to cut our strips that we want. So I'm choosing here about the same width as we did before. I think I only need to cut one of these because we should be able to get two strips out of that. Now, the easiest way to get the right size for this is to whip away one of those, pop that down on our surface here so that we've got a sight line to cut by, pop that on there and whip with that. And I may as well do another one while we're here with our scorer. Don't want to make it too big, otherwise it's going to force those out. If anything, just make it slightly smaller. It doesn't have to touch those sides because it's already touching the clear glass underneath it, so it will definitely fuse. Okay, so using my tweezers, pop those pieces back into there, pop that one back. Alright, we've got a little bit of tidying up to do, but basically that's what we're doing at the moment. Take that one away. Now I want to cut a wee piece of this. Now I've decided that I'm going to try and cut a more square piece, which on our textured dichroic is going to be a very interesting exercise. But we'll see how we go. So cutting it from the back, we never cut the textured dichroic from the front, otherwise it is extremely difficult. So let's put a nice score line through there, whip that off, okay, And now I want another score line there, and then I'll be putting my square into the middle. Pretty much a square. A little bit on the rectangular side. And hopefully I'll be able to chop this off perfectly so we don't end up with a triangle. Well, there we go. So we have got a nice little square. So, just moving this across back here in front of me so I can see what I'm doing, and I can take my glasses off now because we've finished all our glass cutting. And pick that one up. Just need to move those ones aside a little bit. And then carefully pop that into the middle. So now it's just a case of manoeuvring those around very, very carefully, which we may have to do when we get to the kiln, just to make sure that everything's centered really nicely. But you can see from there that there are a number of options, different colours that you can use, different designs, and so on. I almost forgot, we're going to put our clear capping on the top. Now your clear capping doesn't have to go right across, just so long as it sits on top of those orange pieces there, so that it helps fuse them all together. So there it goes, and we're ready now to take that across to the kiln. And I'm going to start that on 2 minutes on high in our large 1100 watt kiln, or microwave I should say. Okay, so we're at the kiln now, and we certainly don't want to bump this as we put it in. We've got a lot to tidy up otherwise. Okay, we'll take a lid now and carefully place that on top without bumping anything. And now we're just going to pop that on for 2 minutes on high. Okay, we're just going to stop this a little bit early because I can see it glowing really well in there. So we just want to check on it before we overdo things. So that is looking good. So it needs a little bit more. I'll just clear that and we'll do another 20 seconds on high. Oh, perfectly done. Oh, that is nice. Got some lovely bubbles going on in there. And our piece of dichroic in the middle is looking like it is suspended in the middle of that glass. Alright, time to put the lid on now. So here we are back again with a nice cool kiln. So we'll open up and have a look and see what we've got here. Oh, that is a lovely bright orange colour. That's quite stunning actually. Really, really nice. Now that piece could be worn either vertically or horizontally. It looks really quite nice. And it would have been the amber, the golden amber transparent glass that I put through the middle there. It's really nice. It's got lots of bubbles in it, and makes everything look quite suspended. This piece I think would have been equally as nice if we had just had the clear glass and put our piece of dichroic right in the middle, so it was completely surrounded just with clear glass. It would have actually been quite a stunning piece. So maybe another day we'll do that. So the trouble with this is there are so many variables of what to use, what different colours, what to put in, what not to put in, and sometimes less is more. We're ready now to put a bail on there, and yeah, that is will be a very eye-catching piece, and relatively inexpensive to create. You've only got a little tiny bit of dichroic there, and the rest of it is plain glass, but it has that real wow effect. Okay, so we take a tube of E6000, and I've decided to put a 10mm bail on it. Now I've just got to work out, do I want to have the bail there so I make it a longer piece, or should I instead do it that way around? And I think just for a change, I'd actually like to go that way around. That's in the middle, that looks really good. So I'm looking forward to wearing that piece, and with the right outfit I think that would just look absolutely stunning. Get a lot of comments. So that was fun to make and a really nice successful piece. So thanks for watching this project, and you can view more of our videos on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe for regular updates.